everyone. Thank you for joining me for season 3 of Behind the Brand. Today we have with us Mr. Trey Griffin. He is a serial entrepreneur, a former athlete, and the creator of Rare and Gifted.
Boom. Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? I'm Trey. I'm from East Atlanta. Come from a sports background. Brothers played sports, parents played sports, and I'm here. And it's a pleasure to be a part of what you got going on. You killing it with, events by CCM, loving what you're doing. I've been watching you from a long time, like doing your business and watching it grow over the past 5 years. So kudos and, shout out to you. Thank you for having me on.
All right. So how did you know you wanted to start your brand?
Well, for me, I really just wanted to know, what did I want to do? You know what I mean? After I got out of playing sports, I wanted, something that I had the opportunity to give back to my community, young athletes, and be able to let them share on my platform their stories.
Okay. So, dealing, with business and in sports, you face a lot of adversity. So tell us about a time you faced adversity and how it helps you in the real world with your brand.
So for me, I dealt with, playing baseball at a high level. I dealt with, racism. And that's across the board. Football players deal with it, basketball players, from all the way from professional ball to actual high school. I dealt with it in high school as well. But for me, I was able to have a great support system behind me in terms of my mother, my father, athlete friends, my brothers. So I was able to really just keep going, and keep pushing. You learn, even when it don't go your way. And I came out, on the other side, and it worked itself out.
Okay, so tell us about a time where you hit a rock bottom or a low point and how you bounced back from that.
Okay, so well, dealing with that, with racism was a low point for me. I didn't know that it was still so heavy, in sports. I was young too. Having teammates call me coon, saying jokes, some it was hurtful. And it was at one point where I lashed out at another athlete and got in trouble, got suspended, things of that matter. I had coaches, call me name and monkey. And so I wasn't really prepared on how to handle it, and so the reason I started Rare and Gifted was for certain athletes to share their stories, so that parent or that young kid can hear what he went through and how he got through it or she got through it. So that was a time where it was definitely low when I stopped playing ball and I hung up my cleats and I had to figure it out in the real world. And now I'm here.
Okay, I like that. So what is something that you would tell former athletes and people in business right now?
Whatever you're doing, keep going. Listen, keep going. Somebody love you out there. Somebody believe in you, and those 2 or 3 people that believe in you, regardless if it's grandmama, best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, even your baby. If you got kids, keep going. Don't stop. You're going to fail, in business and sports. But if you stay resilient, you're gonna see yourself on the other side, and getting the benefits and the rewards of your hard work and dedication. And if you don't have discipline, you don't have success. You have to have discipline. So if you don't have a schedule, even if it's the basic schedule, the top 3 things that are profit-driven activities, if it's entrepreneurship or if I'm trying to move up the ladder in the corporate American world, put those 3 things down and work those things every day. And eventually it's gonna come to light, Even if you fail, it's gonna come to light. It's gonna be a reward. Don't stop. Get the reward at the end. You already started investing money, invested time. Get the reward from it at the end.
Nice. So where do you see the Rare and Gifted brand in the next couple of years?
Listen, I want it to be bigger than life, for real. You talking about a platform where a high school student can share their story, and a top high school player that's, getting followed with social media now. It's everywhere. You can, kids are, with Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, kids are able to put themselves out there for college coaches. So they got followerships on social media. So for that young kid that's 6th, 7th, 8th grade, or your peers that you play against that follow you, you know, and you a 12th grader or 11th grader and you big, you got a platform to talk on. If you a former college student or a former pro athlete or a current pro athlete, you can share your story for that parent, mother or father, single mother to say, I heard his story and this is what I need to do in terms of how I need to talk to my son about racism in baseball, football, basketball, track, tennis, soccer, you know, whatever sport that your daughter or your son playing. That's why I created it, so I can get other athletes to share their story for that baby that's coming up from 6th, 7th, 8th grade, because that's a great time to get your kid and get his mental right to prepare him for high school, college. And if he's or she is good enough, they're playing at a pro level, regardless if it's in the States or overseas. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for dropping gems. So how can all the viewers stay connected with you?
Please, you guys go follow Rare and Gifted. It's spelled just like it is. And when I drop merch, show some love. You know, it's gonna be for the babies. It's gonna be for, you know, the top athletes to be able to share their platforms. And, you know, yeah, we in motion. You know, we really, I'm excited. I mean, I'm nervous, but this is life. Entrepreneurship, corporate America, you're gonna be nervous. I'm nervous talking to you today. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you're doing your thing.
Thank you.
You're doing your thing. So, you know, like I said, don't be afraid to just go. Don't overthink it. Just really just, whatever it is that you want to do, put it on paper. Work in those things every day, especially if it's entrepreneurship. A lot of people be afraid, but how you learn is through experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you gonna learn. You can't be like watching everybody on social media and on TV, and if it's something you want to do and it's in your heart to do, just do it. You wanted to create something where people can have awesome experiences. If it's a birthday, a party, a wedding, and I know that bring you a blissful amount of joy. You know what I mean? For me, it's a blissful amount of joy to see a young athlete working his butt off and trying to shine or shining. So people just go, like literally all gas and no brakes, because I promise you're gonna get an opportunity to win at the end.
Okay, so thank you for joining me for Behind the Brand.